All right, so here's a look at this room-to-room ventilator. Now this one's gonna be the 8-inch version. So you can see here, as far as the size, I would say it's like a small to medium size. They obviously have larger versions, or sometimes they have little smaller versions, but I feel like this is good for a standard, I don't know, 300 to 600 square foot room. The bigger you go, the quicker it'll ventilate, but I think most people will do totally fine with this. Now, as far as the size goes, fitting on a wall, you could see here it's about a 3.5-inch space, plus it can extend out to about 6 inches. So if you have a wall that is a bit more thick, this will work for it as well. Now for installation, it is a bit tricky, but it's nice that they provide you with these templates. This template is going to go up on the wall, and the way that it works is you're going to measure it from the wall out to the wall down, and then you're going to set that center point. You'll do this on both sides of the wall. That way you've got your center points matched, and then it's going to have this template which is going to show you where to put your drywall screws, which are going to come with it as well. So you're basically going to drill those in, then you're going to make the large circle for the cutout for this piece, and this is going to separate out. You'll have one piece that goes into the room you want the air to go into, which has the screen, and then you've got the other side which will go on the other side of the wall. Connect them together and then drill them into the wall, and they should be a perfect fit. Plus, you're also going to allow these to touch, so you'll make sure beforehand that they fit before you actually screw them in. One of the best things about this is it has a bunch of different options when it comes to turning the fan on. So you can do a manual turn on of the fan, and it's also going to have intensity levels from level 1 all the way up to level 10. So you can have it just be on a small rotation, or you can have it go up all the way to level 10. Level 1 through 5 is going to be very, very quiet, almost to where you can't even hear the fan. And then I would say from 5 up to 10, you do start hearing a little bit of noise, but overall it's a pretty quiet fan. Some of the other modes that it has is it's going to have the low temperature and high temperature. And I feel like this is probably the best mode that this machine has, because if the room starts to get too hot, you can easily just have it automatically turn on based off of a certain temperature. So if you look down here at the screen, you can see right now it's showing that the temperature in here is 73. So if I was to have this on, maybe let's say it gets to 74, it'll automatically turn on to the fan setting that I set it to, and it'll go ahead and cool it down to a certain temperature. Also, this will work for low to high as well, so just depending on how you want to set it up. Or you could even just do it as a timer. Let's say you're just going to be cooking for about 20 minutes and you have it in a room where that heat is coming off the stove and you want to just ventilate the room a little bit. You can easily just turn this on for 20 minutes. It'll go ahead and snap on, turn off in 20 minutes. So I like the fact that it gives you a bunch of different modes that you can kind of select through. So a lot of people are going to be mounting this up high on the wall, which you're not going to be able to reach the controls from there. So you'll use the remote that comes with it. This has all the same settings. And one of the cool things, and this is like a small thing, but I really like that they put all the settings over here on the back. So you're really able to just look on here because they have so many settings. It can kind of get confusing as to like, what do I want to have it on? Again, we've got auto, we've got our timer, we've got our cycle. Then we also have a couple other things like the display settings and turn the buzzer off or on. So I like that you can control everything from the remote. Obviously, that's going to be way easier than actually trying to reach up and control it from below. This is also going to be great for anyone who is trying to control their electricity bill. Maybe you have a room that just gets a little bit too warm, and for you to be able to ventilate that heat out is going to allow your air conditioner not to pop on. Same thing with the opposite temperature as well. So if you wanted to save a little bit of money on your AC or on your heating bill, this is a great way to do it, especially if you have one room that is a problem room and you're just not getting much ventilation or much airflow in that room. You can add it by putting this on the wall, moving that from one room out to another. This is also great if you've got a house where the bathroom is going to fill up with humidity. You can connect this, and this can actually push air to the outside of the house as well. So if you're looking for a room-to-room air ventilator, something that works great, has a bunch of features, and is really easy to install, then I would definitely recommend picking one of these up.